Katie, and this is the Rhyme with Stitch channel. It's been a bit, been enjoying summer. I hope you have too. I was hoping to come today and talk about one of my favorite things to make, which is Harry Potter stuff. I don't know if any of you love Harry Potter. If not, please go read it like right now, because everyone wants to be you and go back to before they got to read it. So take advantage. Seize life. Go read Harry Potter. It's amazing. But due to my love of Harry Potter, I make many random Harry Potter things that serve no other purpose than to just make me smile. And I thought I'd share some of them today because I'm getting the itch to once again make something useless and fun. So I'll talk about what I think I'm going to make and then show you some of the things that I have made. So let's get started. First things first, I got the newest knitting book for Harry Potter. It's called Knitting Magic. I've got it here ready. This one. It is awesome. I've made several things from it, and it's got, you know, different levels of difficulty, and from a blanket all the way to a pixie. It's really widespread, tons of stuff in it, which was very fun. But Ike asked for an owl, and I knew they had a Hedwig pattern in here, so it was like the excuse I needed to buy this book. So I made Hedwig for him, and it was so fun. So here's the Hedwig that I made. I don't know if you've seen these guys on Ravelry, but what I was laughing about when I made this pattern is the head. Can you see how odd it is? It's basically like a funnel that you knit up. Like it's got a huge hole up here. You like stuff it full of, you know, wool, and then when you close it down, you like tack it in a specific way to make an owl face. And so when you go on Ravelry, every owl looks completely different. Like they have their own grumpy personality, which made me really laugh to scroll through those. So if you haven't seen them, they're really fun. You should go look. But for mine, I think it's a worsted weight pattern, and I found this fingering weight yarn that I like that was black and white, and so I went with fingering weight and then held it double, which allowed me to use some of this natural, you know, color yarn with my black and white yarn to get kind of, can you see the bottom of his body? Like I just started holding one of each so I could add like a little more color in, so that it wasn't just natural and then the black and white. And then when I got to like the darkest part of the wing, I held more of the black and white together, which I thought was a cool effect. But I mean, you can do however you want. Some people made brown owls and all kinds of stuff. Super fun. It was not a difficult pattern. It was just fidgety because there's a lot of little bits and like details in it, but nothing in it was hard. You just have to do a lot of different things. But yeah, you should try it and make the head. I want to know how yours turned out. This was mine. I don't know. I don't know if he's mad. It's possible. But I really like him. So he's one of the more difficult things I've knitted Harry Potter wise. The first thing I made was a house scarf, because me and my friends went to Harry Potter World a few years back, and being the extra kind of people that we are and super nerds, we decided to each dress as one of the houses. So we all made shirts and wore like shorts of our house color, and then we made scarves, house scarves, that we wore in Florida in the summer, because that's how dedicated we were. So I got Slytherin house, and so I made my scarf. I'll show you. It is a really thick scarf. Can you see? Here's the whole shebang. And it was before I was even recording kind of what yarn I used or which pattern. I just kind of found something that worked and, you know, tried it out, and never ever went back and wrote that down for myself. So I couldn't recreate this if I wanted. I don't even know what pattern I used, but there is one in this Knitting Magic book I just showed you. They have their own house scarf pattern, which is a lot like this. It's like a tube that you knit flat, or sorry, that you press flat. So it's like super thick, double layer. And then I found this patch on Etsy, I think, and then just sewed it on because, you know, again, I like to be extra. Yeah, we had a ton of fun that day. If you're gonna go all the way to Florida with your friends for Harry Potter World, you gotta do it right. And we did, rest assured. So that was super fun. And then next, let me put my book out of the way. I have crocheted. This is the only thing I have crocheted in at least a decade. I think I made half a granny square blanket forever ago. I don't like crochet. I don't know. I don't understand it. I can't count stitches very well. It's not for me. My brain doesn't do crochet. But I liked this pattern so much that I did it anyway. And it was totally worth it. So I'll show you her label. So this is Nora George Yarns. Can you see her label? And she was doing this thing she called a blanket club, where you basically sign up for a subscription, and every month she would send you 5 minis with like one color, right? This base color would go throughout your blanket, and you use the 5 minis, and she gave several different patterns. Like here's one that's knitting, crochet. There was one that was like log cabins. They were so fun. And I loved the minis. Each week they had like a theme, or each month they had a theme. They were super fun, so I got it. And every month, little minis. I'll show you the last bit. I didn't even get to use these because my blanket got so big. See, like little minis would show up, and they're each so fun. I can't even hold the 5th one. And you would just add to your blanket. I'll show you my blanket. I just finished it and gave it to my husband. So see, just like, is it granny stripe, I think is what it's called? And she links to several different patterns that like would work with this blanket club. And then everyone tags them on Instagram and like kind of shared how they put them together, and no blanket looks the same. You can see with that gray kind of held throughout, it just makes everything like softer. And even though each color is like so different and none of the stripes make sense, they kind of go together, or just, you know, play better together. And so then I added an I-cord edge because I just think it looks better finished wise. And so that was it was like a full year of Harry Potter minis, and they all came, each little color you were like, oh, I love it, or I don't like this, or I would have made this one that color. Like, it was so fun. And I think she's doing it again with more options. Like, you can get bigger minis, or not the main color if you don't want that. Like, it's so fun. And Nora George Yarns is her company, and it was so fun. She's in the UK, so it took a bit of time to like get here, but worth it. Just like a little surprise in your mailbox every month that made me really happy. I definitely recommend doing it. It was super fun. And she had, like I said, many options of how to kind of use those minis to make, you know, whichever blanket appealed to you. It was so fun. And now I've crocheted. I can say I crochet things, even though it's just one blanket ever. Still counts. You should do it too. And then that's it for my Harry Potter knitting. I also have sewn a few things, and that's why I was getting the itch. In my first video, I showed you a picture, I think, of the Hermione doll I just made last summer. And I really want to make my own doll that I get to, you know, have sitting around and not give away. I'm a super fan too, and I deserve my own Harry Potter doll. I want to make Luna, I think. Luna Lovegood. And I'm thinking I might try and record bits of me making that, so you can kind of follow along or recreate it, or give me ideas if I can't figure something out. Because I'm gonna add little details. Like, I want to make her, you know, little radish earrings. Are they beads? I want to make the little earrings. I want to make her glasses. I want to give her like a bag with a quibbler in it. Like, you know, little nerd things that'll make me happy to make. It'll take so much time, and but they'll be awesome all together, and you'll understand as I show you, yeah, why it's worth the time. So I'll put a few more pictures of Hermione in this one too, so you can see what I'm talking about, with like a little wand and the house scarf, all the things. The only thing that's been keeping me waiting is that I can't decide whether to make her Ravenclaw colors match the movies or the books, because they changed them for the movies. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to be... I think I want to go with the book colors, even though they won't look as nice. But I'll feel better because I stuck to the source material. Proved my true cred, right? Yeah. So that's coming next. But I'll show you what I have sewn in the past. So there is a kind of baby gift that I make, which is one piece of cotton that's 1.5 yards, and then you get 3 different flannels that are 1.5 yards, and you kind of layer them all together and then sew these rows. I may do like a quick video to show you that. And you slice up the rows and you just kind of open up that flannel and it gets really soft. It's like the perfect baby blanket because you can just watch it 1,000 times. It only like enhances its softness instead of degrades what you made. And I found this baby Harry Potter fabric on Spoonflower. If you haven't gone to Spoonflower, it's a place with people upload all kinds of their work, their digital artwork or images, you know, anything is on this site, and you can print it on fabric, 12 different kinds of fabric. I always get cotton, but I mean they have so many, you know, jersey and canvas, all kinds of stuff, any of the designs that you like. It's so fun. Spoonflower. So if you have something really specific that you're looking for, I would go there. It's fun, not unreasonable. So here's the baby fabric I found. Can you see? It's so cute. I think it's super fun. I've been sitting on it for probably a few years, just trying to decide who needs a Harry Potter baby gift. But the flannels I got were these here. See so I got like a dark green and then this light green and a gray, of course, go with Slytherin colors. And yeah, I'm gonna put together a little baby blanket because I can, and it's fun, and I'll give it to someone who loves Harry Potter and their baby, and they should have that. It's a really cute gift, and I haven't made it in a while, so I think it'll be nice to kind of do that again. It'd be really fun. I like that one, and I think I will do a video if you want to see how I put that together. It's not a long, difficult process. I think anyone could do it. Actually, I showed my mom and she tried to make like a throw size for herself, so very fun. And then this is the Harry Potter coup de grace. I started this project, I'll show you. I actually had to get the box out and dust it off because I take it out like once a year and do a block or two and then put it away because it's intense. It's a lot of mental thought that goes into it. And you know, you don't always feel like doing that, but it is called the Project of Doom. I did not name it. That's just what it's called. It's on a site called Fandom in Stitches. And if you just Google Fandom in Stitches, it'll come up with this Harry Potter bookcase quilt, like straight at the top. And on this site are, what is it called? Now I'm losing it. Paper piecing. They're paper piecing blocks. And so someone came up with this design that looks like a Harry Potter bookcase, right? With all these little items on it. And you make each little block, put it together, and it looks like a bookcase of Harry Potter things, which I thought was genius. And then also on this site, if you're interested, are, you know, 100 other little fandoms like Lord of the Rings or Disney characters. They've got Doctor Who stuff. It's so many people have just uploaded free paper piecing patterns. And paper piecing, for those of you that don't know, it's like this is a piece of a paper piecing block. So you see, no one can cut out that little piece in the middle here, this gray one. But if you build it like this, where you have this piece and you like sew onto the paper and trim using the paper, and you build these blocks that are super intricate with like insanely weird shapes inside of them, and then you put them together to form one picture. I'll show you my examples because they're so fun. But when I thought of this project, you know, when you fall down the hole and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that, And I actually planned out my entire quilt. Can you see? I like sat down one day and just was like, I want this block and this block and this block. I put it all together, and I even dated it because I knew this would take me like a lifetime to do right. It's been 5 years. 5 years. I've made maybe 10 blocks. Not anywhere close to being done. But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be fun. And then I also found someone that had made this quilt, and then the original designer, she like hand embroidered titles on the spines and like little details into the quilt, and then someone else came along, made the quilt, and then they did embroidery like with their machine onto this quilt, and then they uploaded that file for free. And so if you do this, a certain block with has like all of the 7 transfiguration books in it, right? They showed you how to put these different like intricate designs onto the spines of these books. It looks amazing. So now I know that even though it was gonna take me, 20 years to actually make this, it'll take me another 20 to embroider it. So that's good. That's nice to look forward to. On my deathbed, this will be the quilt on top because I've like just finished it, but it'll be so worth it. But again, it's all free, and amazing people have put these patterns up and they share their work. It's like such a fun hole to fall down, even if you don't quilt, to see all the things people have made. I love it. I love it. And if I loved other things as much as Harry Potter, I would make those paper pieced quilts too, but I only have one lifetime and I chose Harry Potter quilts, so that's what I got. But I'll show you my paper pieced blocks and my very horrible method of keeping all these together. And you can, hopefully launch your own project of doom. I would love to hear about it. I think it's so fun. So I'll start. This was like my first one that I made, little cauldron. And the biggest part of this quilt that I have found challenging is just going around trying to find fabrics that make sense as book spines, or like I thought this looked like bubbles, in your cauldron. It just makes you look at fabric in a whole other way as you're walking through the store or like in your own stash, and it jumps out as you. It's like, I guess that looks more like fur, or this, tatty. Here, I'll show you. See, it kind of makes you look at everything differently, which I thought was really fun. And again, once you actually piece all these blocks together, you get to add details on top, and it becomes this like amazing piece for yourself. Not necessarily something I would put on a bed. Here's a crystal ball. This fabric is like silky. I have no idea if I'll even be able to quilt on top of it. It's gonna cause me a lot of heartache, I think. I just thought it was so fun. I'll probably have to rethink that one. Then I've got a snitch here. He's silver or gold colored. And let's see. As I said, I don't have many of these. This is a Remembrall, right? Can you see all like the tons of pieces in each of these? I think I counted one of them and there was like 100 in the block. As you can see, it's like 12 by 12 or something. And there's a little Felix Felicis for your good luck. It's a great way to use up scraps. It's very fun. But again, you can only like give so much mental energy to these before you're done and you need to move on, because they take some time. There's my Hedwig block. Don't know why he's hanging on a bookcase, but he will be. And then here's where, again, I started getting more ambitious. So you can see, here's my Quibbler with her glasses. And I mean, it's so many pieces, you guys. I found this weird fabric that was like newspaper print from a Harry Potter book. They're really weird articles if you're reading them on the fabric, but I hope I broke it up enough that no one will look too closely. This one is the first block I made because I just wanted to start with his glasses, which were so fun. And you can see the back is like a total mess. This is like 1/2 inch thick, but we'll make it work in the end. Then here's the plant. Right, fun. Then I've got some Birdie Bots every flavor beans. This jelly bean fabric probably took me the longest to find. I don't know what happened, but no one had jelly bean fabric, which was really making me angry. I've got some Weasley's Wizard Wheezes on a shelf. I think this is my last one. Some Quidditch goggles. Fun, right? And then you just add them all up to a bookcase. And I just have this as like my background color. I just keep a giant pile of it. I hope I have enough because I guarantee I can't find this exact color or even remember what it is to get more. And then the inside of the box is just filled with, you know, here's some plain colors and like the smallest bits because you can fit them in using this paper. So nothing has to be, you know, giant. You can just use little tiny scraps. It's like magic, right? For the Harry Potter pun. But anyway, those were my Harry Potter fun things. I love them so much. If you have made something fun in Harry Potter, let me know. I have embroidered a few bits, but they are other people's artwork that I couldn't purchase. It had already been bought, so I made it for myself. I don't want to profit off their things. But go to Pinterest and like Google Harry Potter embroidery because there's tons of cross stitches and other little patterns that are free and fun. I loved those too. But if you're making something Harry Potter, tell me what it is because, you know, maybe I'll want to make it. It'll be really good. But yeah, that's the Harry Potter stuff I've made. It's so good. I'm gonna make, I think, that doll. I think I'm ready to give it a shot. And I'll make this baby present because almost all the babies are here. Someone needs to have a Slytherin blanket so they can start life off right. Yeah. So yeah, this is all my goodies. I hope you had a good summer so far, and let me know what you're up to. What are you making? Should I change my Luna idea? Does she need some other accessory I don't know about? What could make it nerdier? I'm not sure there's much. It'll be really good. I'll show you as I go. So yeah, it was good catching up, and let me know what you're doing. I want to know. Okay, see you soon in the next one. Bye.